Lemuria is the name given to a lost continent, and legendary believed was located in the ocean Pacific 15,000 or more years ago, was the continent baptized by French scientists by the year 1864, in a theory to explain the descent of all human of planet, which apparently must have surged to same civilization and continent, which later expanded into the most remote places on the planet, also known by the name of Continent Mu. Scientists if the wonder remains of the sunken city of Japan, near Yanagani Island. May be remnants of civilization Mu, or is a city that was submerged by rising water after sinking the continent of Mu in the Pacific. Much of the scientific community believe that the remains submerged near the island of Yanagani in Japan are just formations created from the continuous earthquakes suffered by the area, but some archaeologists believe that the formations are too perfect to have been created naturally, and that can be appreciated even stairs, side and almost perfect between the structure's sides. What as more calculating nature, submerged wreckage possible submerged ruins near Yanagani Island, Japan. One of the theories about how it is that the moai of Easter Island were abandoned by the whole island is that some experts say that the island could be destroyed by a big wave about 15,000 years ago, so it would coincide with the collapse of a large continent like Lemuria. One of the problems of research on the legendary continent of Lemuria is that efforts have always been focused on the search for Atlantis, perhaps because its location is in the Atlantic Ocean and the ocean Pacific is as much further away. The Lemuria continent had coincided in time with Atlantis, some say, before Atlantis disappeared, for what was lost in time being forgotten for thousands of years. Others argue that the continent Lemuria and the continent of Atlantis are the same, but as with such legends, as they are that legends, for what continues to fatten the list of puzzles and mysteries unsolved. Lost continent. The existence of the continent Mu saw the light following that Colonel James Churchward, who was an officer in the British Army in India, befriended a priest of a Hindu temple. This priest had in his possession a very ancient clay tablets written in an ancient language that had been saved by the ancient priests. Over time, the curiosity aroused by the ancient tablets, Churchward and the priest would decipher what they were saying, ancient inscriptions, in which a civilization that was the mother of civilization and that civilization suddenly disappeared described. James continued. Churchward looking data later reflected in the book Mu, the Lost Continent, in which their great continent appears Lemuria for the first time in the ocean Pacific. The question is, was it the fruit of the imagination of Churchward, as embodied in the book? Or really deciphered with the priest about an ancient continent in the Pacific, that housed civilization Mu or Lemuria? It remains a mystery, that I cannot go deeper, but if they are interested, and know, they can always read the book and investigate yourself. So far the research on this lost continent in the Pacific appear to be stalled until a discovery in the ocean again reopens the legend.